Alright, in this video we are facing east, so the stars we see here are rising. They will get higher up in the sky as the year goes on. So high up in the northeastern part of the sky here is the famous W, the asterism that is in Cassiopeia. The Queen looks sort of like two arrowheads, a not so sharp arrowhead, and then a sharp arrowhead there. Cassiopeia, the queen, was placed in the sky by Poseidon when she boasted that she was more beautiful than the Nereids, the sea nymphs, who were Poseidon's daughters. So she challenged the gods and was placed up in the sky as punishment. You can see Cassiopeia here from the city. There's the sharper arrowhead and the not so sharp arrowhead. This is an image from the country where you can see Cassiopeia up here, higher up in the sky. There's the sharper arrowhead and the not so sharp arrowhead. If we use the two inner stars of the sharper arrowhead and we go across the sky, we get to this asterism of 4 stars. This is called the Great Square in the constellation of Pegasus. Pegasus, the winged horse, was born when Medusa's blood, after her head was severed by Perseus, dripped. Some of her blood dripped into the ocean, mixed with the sea foam, and this glorious horse arose from it, proving that even from great evil, good could arise. And you can see in this picture, there is Cassiopeia, the sharper arrowhead, inner stars, follow them across the sky, and there is the Great Square of Pegasus. Okay, if we go from the corner of the Great Square and we curve along in a pathway that runs parallel basically to Cassiopeia, we have the constellation of Andromeda, the chained maiden. Andromeda was the daughter of Cassiopeia, and she was sacrificed to appease the gods who had sent Cetus the sea monster to attack, but she was saved by Perseus, who swooped down and turned Cetus to stone using Medusa's head. And you can see here, again, Cassiopeia, the sharper arrowhead. There's the Great Square, and then in this curving line you can see 4 stars that mark Andromeda. In the telescope you will see the Andromeda Galaxy, or M31, and this is what it looks like in a professional telescope with the dense core where stars are packed so closely together that their light blurs together, and we have the spiral arms. In this photo taken of the sky, you can make out the Andromeda Galaxy. If we keep following Andromeda, we get to another curved line of stars that's perpendicular to Andromeda. This is Perseus the hero, the one who saves Andromeda from Cetus by using the head of Medusa. And in fact, Perseus in the sky is holding up Medusa's head out in front of him. It would be in this area here, and this bright star here in front of Perseus is part of the head of Medusa. This is a star called Algol, the demon star, considered a very, very bad star in much of the ancient world. In Greece, it was the eye of Medusa's severed head, and what disturbed ancient viewers was that the star brightens and dims noticeably over a period of hours, and stars weren't supposed to do that because they were supposed to be in the perfect heavens. For the Greeks, it was almost like Medusa's dead eye was winking at the world. Today we know that this happens because Algol is what we call an eclipsing binary. 2 stars that orbit around each other and are oriented in such a way that one of them actually passes in front of the other, producing an eclipse. So you can see in this video that when the big star passes in front of the smaller star, it blocks out most of its light, and that's when there would be a visible drop in the apparent brightness of the star in the sky. One last thing to point out in the eastern sky, low in the horizon here, is an open cluster, the Pleiades. We mentioned the Pleiades before. This was the group of stars the Greeks used to decide when to plant and harvest their crops, and we'll talk more about that when we enter sky because it'll be higher up. You can see here, this is the curve of Perseus. Out front of Perseus is Algol, and at the base of Perseus, down below Perseus's feet, actually in the constellation of Taurus, is the Pleiades.